Hey guys, welcome back here to my first week of NFL predictions, guys. Let's get into it. I'm very excited to do this, and football is here in a couple hours. So yeah, I'm recording this a little bit late because the other video took a while. The NFL, like the whole NFL prediction. So I'm just gonna go over the matchups and how I feel about it. So yeah, let's get into it. We got an AFC Conference Championship rematch. We got the Baltimore Ravens at the Kansas City Chiefs, and this is gonna be a good game. The Ravens coming off a pretty good season, but falling short in the AFC Championship game. But I feel like the defense, they have a good defense. They have a good running game. I feel like it's me a good team here. It's hard to gauge. I don't know. Week one's always the most awkward because it's like I already talked about this in the other video, so I don't know. Maybe I don't want to repeat the same points, but I think this is gonna be a good matchup here. I feel like honestly, I think the Ravens are gonna run over the Chiefs, but you never know. And I think the Chiefs' offense is definitely better, so I'm interested to see how this is gonna go. I feel like honestly, it just depends on if the Ravens can stop the Chiefs, but they did it good in the AFC Championship game. This is a new year; they got a way better receiving core now. With now adding Juju, Marquise Brown, and Xavier Worthy in the draft. This team should be better, definitely. The only thing they lost was Jarius Sneed to the Titans, but other than that, this is a better team here, and I think it's gonna be a good game. First game of the season is gonna be a close one. I'm gonna go 31-27 Chiefs. All right, next game we got is the Patriots at the Bengals. The Patriots coming off a pretty bad year and getting Drake May in the draft, and Jacoby Brissett's gonna be starting, so probably not gonna be that good of a team. But here's the thing. I don't know what else to say. The defense is gonna be good. The offense can be pretty bad. That's probably it. If the Bengals do start out slow week one, which is the last couple of years, I'm interested if they're going to do that again. But here's the thing. I'm wondering is it going to be enough, though? The Patriots D, I think, is going to be fine. Maybe they could get some stops and stuff, but I don't think the offense is going to do enough. So Bengals, this one's pretty obvious. I know who I'm picking before I thought about this, but Cincy, Burrow's back. Interesting to see how he plays. Jamar Chase back at practice, so he should play. This is a solid team. They lost some weapons, they lost Joe Mixon and Tyler Boyd, but it shouldn't be too big of losses for them. And honestly, I'm gonna pick the Bengals here to win. It's be lower scoring, 21-13. All right, next matchup we got is a Florida matchup. The Jaguars at the Dolphins, and the Jaguars collapsed last year, and it was ever since that ankle sprain Trevor Lawrence suffered. But they were, I think, the second or best team in the AFC before that happened. So I don't know. I think the Jags are going to have a solid year here. They had Brian Thomas Jr. in the draft. I feel like their team didn't really get that much better because they just replaced Calvin Ridley with Brian Thomas Jr. did a couple other moves. I don't remember, to be honest. But yeah, other than that, let's go on to the Dolphins. And the Dolphins' defense is decimated with injuries. They lost some pieces on the O-line. I think the Dolphins are definitely going to be worse than last year. So I'm interested to see how this is going to go. But Miami at home, against any team. And the big issue is once it gets December, it seems like they're slowing down because of weather. But they're getting colder. But the thing is I think they're going to do well here. They're going to be at home. I don't know if the issue of beating good teams or teams above 500 is going to be an issue this year. I'm taking the Dolphins still. It's going to be a good one. It's going to be a decent one. I think they go 24-21. Be decently close. All right, next we got the Texans at the Colts here. A very intriguing matchup, a division. So very interesting here. I hope Stroud has a breakout year this year, but I guess we'll see. Now with adding Stephon Diggs to that receiving core, it's going to be interesting. And I feel like the thing is the Texans they just keep the Anthony Richardson to bay, and they don't let him dominate the game, because I feel like generally with how talented he is, I think he is the most talented quarterback in the NFL. That doesn't mean best, because like I say, there's more than just talent that makes a QB good. But I generally believe that if they can't shut him down, this can be a tough game. But I think it's gonna be a close one. But if defense can shut him down, I think it will be an easy win for the Texans. But I guess we'll see. And the Colts, Anthony Richardson's back after being injured, and yeah, he needs it. The thing is just see what he does in hopefully a full season here. But I think Colts will be a solid team. They have a solid roster. I don't know. Their thing is shutting down C.J. Stroud too, but on the passing game. And the running game for the Texans should be better with Joe Mixon. So I mean, yeah. But okay, I'm going to pick the Texans here in this one. I think they're going to go out 27-20. I think honestly, every other match, and next we got another division matchup: the Raiders at the Chargers. The Raiders, I mean, very uninspiring. I mean, you have Gardner Minshew as your QB. I guess they do have a solid defense, but the only really players that stand out: Devontae Adams and Max Crosby, and actually Christian Wilkins. They just signed him, so those two players. But Devontae Adams might be traded at the deadline. I mean, that's a rumor. I don't know if that's gonna happen, but I guess we'll see. But with the Chargers, it's all up to Justin Herbert. This team is riding or dying with Justin Herbert, and that's all I'm gonna say. I mean, the whole team's Justin Herbert, to be honest. I mean, their defense is literally one of the worst in football. They had no running game. The receiving core, actually no, the running game should be better with Gus Edwards and J.K. Dobbins, but they have no receivers now. I mean, probably the worst receiving core too. It's all on his back. It depends how good Justin Herbert could be, and I generally believe this team would be the worst in football if they didn't have him. But with him under center, they have a chance to win every game. But I think the Chargers would take this one just because of him. It would be a close one. This is how they do it. Their score would be 24-21 Chargers. All right, next matchup, we got the Titans at the Bears. Another intriguing matchup here. The reason I say that is we get to see Caleb Williams for the first time, but also Will Levis's second year. Interested to see what he does. Hopefully he breaks out this year. There's a lot of talent, but so we'll see. They did a pretty good job with the defense. But I don't know. I mean, I guess, I think this would be a solid matchup. Solid job with defense. But it's going to be kind of tough to stop receiving core of Keenan Allen, DJ Moore, and Roma Dunze. But I guess Roma Dunze is a wild card since we haven't seen him play in the NFL. But this team, I think Titans will be solid here. I mean, the loss of Derrick Henry is big, but I think Tajay Spears is going to have a good year. And the Bears, like I said, with Caleb Williams, this is going to be, I don't know, I'm interested to see how he does this year. I mean, it seems his play style is really cool. Is really to Mahomes and stuff. So I'm interested to see what he can do. I feel like he's gonna have a lot of good moments, but bad moments too. Just the play style. That's just my feeling. I don't know, but I think the Bears are gonna take this one out. It was a close one. I think it'd be another one. I know, but I think it'll be a close one. 21-18 for the Bears. Next, we got the Pittsburgh Steelers at the Atlanta Falcons. The Steelers coming off an okay year last year, losing the wild card round of the Bills. And the defense got better. They got Patrick Queen, linebacker. They got some more secondary help. The O-line should be better this year. Najee and Jalen Warner for the running game. Russell Wilson's a starter, so I don't know how that's going to be. But, other than that, the Steelers are it's going to be low-scoring games, sloppy games. It's going to be an ugly game. It's going to be a close one, too. And next, with the Falcons, got Kirk Cousins. Finally, a QB and coach away. I'm wondering how Raheem Morris could do as a Falcons coach, but I said they were a quarterback and coach away from being a contender. They're one of the best O-lines in football, have a pretty good defense. B. John is going to break out this year. I don't know. Hopefully Kyle Pitts can live up to expectations, but I guess we'll see. And there we go. I think this is going to be a sloppier game, low scoring. I'm going to go Falcons here. 17-16. Let's do it. Wow, that is a very weird score, but I don't know. Next, we got the Arizona Cardinals at the Buffalo Bills. The Cardinals coming off kind of just a wasted season because Kyler was out with an ACL injury for half the year. But I think they'll be around mediocre this year. But their roster's not that good. But they got Marvin Harrison Jr. this year, so just see how he does. But let's see. You never know. Kyler could give you this team, but hoping he has another good campaign here. Nothing more to say. But the Bills, they lost a decent amount of talent on defense, and Matt Milano's out too. So I don't know how that's going to be, but Josh Allen's a beast. He'll carry the Bills on his back. So this team goes as far as he goes. So it's going to be a good game, but I think it'll be a decently high-scoring game here. The thing is when I would say one team's better than the other. It's just because, I don't know. It's matchups. Some matchups better than others. That's just me, but I don't know. Some teams match up better than others. I don't know. Better against other teams, even if they're better or not. But, I'm going to go Buffalo here. I think 27-23 Buffalo. All right, next we got the Denver Broncos at the Seattle Seahawks. I guess kind of a revenge game. I don't know, but I guess not anymore since Russell Wilson isn't there. But Bo Nix is getting his first career start as a rookie. Let's just see what he did. Had a pretty good preseason, but it was all against backups. Like Kenny Pickett had the same thing, so guess we'll see. But gonna be interesting here. I mean, and they just re-signed Patrick Surtain, so I mean, this is more of a rebuilding. You're just trying to see like they gone Bo Nix. I mean, but other than that, let's go on to the Seahawks here. And I feel like they're just in this mediocrity. I mean, they did get Mike McDonald, who could be a really good coach and he's going to help that defense a lot. But I think it's going to be a lower scoring game, honestly. This one's tough. Honestly, this one's tougher ones. I don't know. I think the Seahawks are going to get it done. They're going to give trouble for Bo Nix in the first one just because. And Mike McDonald was great with the Ravens. I don't know. I'll give them, it'll be lower scoring. 17-13. I know that's kind of low scoring, but let's continue here. Next, we got the Dallas Cowboys at the Cleveland Browns. Another intriguing matchup here. This is going to be... is it another swapping game? I feel like this will be a little bit. I mean, both have really good defenses. Dallas didn't do anything at all. Same team as last year. We signed CeeDee Lamb. I mean, nothing more to say. Cleveland signed Jerry Jeudy. Did they make any other moves? Kind of feel like the same team as last year. Watson's back, so I don't know. Is there any more to say about him? Not too many moves, but I mean they got a couple. But I might forget. When there's 32 teams to cover, it's hard to get everything. It's hard to pay attention to every little detail. You're gonna forget a couple of things, even if you just review it. Like, sorry, but this one, I think this one is honestly some of these. It's tough. I don't know. Week 1, this is the toughest one. I don't know, to be honest, because it's like I honestly could see Dallas just putting up a lot of points, but Cleveland has a good defense. See, but Dallas can make the defense struggle. I don't know. Week 1, I'm gonna go Dallas here. I'm gonna go 24-21. Next matchup, we got the Jets and the 49ers on Monday night. Oh boy, on Monday night again. The NFL knew what they were doing here. Okay, so for this matchup, Rodgers is back after his torn Achilles. I mean, Hassan Reddick has been holding out, so no, but that's all back. With a QB, they should be able to make the playoffs, at least, maybe be even better. They're on my boom or bust. I don't know why I picked them to be the second seed, but just based on records and their schedules, usually the Bills and Dolphins, so. But, I mean, I think this is going to be a good team here if Rodgers stays healthy. He's at least going to be mediocre. There's no chance he's not at least an average starter. Maybe even above average. But next we have the 49ers, best roster in football. Couldn't really make any moves. We signed Trent Williams. We signed Brandon Ayuk. I mean, they're going to have to pay Purdy next year. This is one of their last shots. I think with 2 more years until, players are aging and, you can't until they have 4 all-in years. These next 2 years, they should be making trades to try to go all-in here. And I think Monday night, San Fran, Rodgers hasn't played any preseason at all. So I think, honestly, the 49ers are going to take this. I don't think it's going to be a blowout, but, I think this would be, the first. I kind of predicted every game to be, a little bit too close, I feel like. Not every game's going to be this close. I don't know why. It's hard to predict. But I'm going to take the 49ers here. 27-17. All right, next team, we got the Packers at the Eagles in Brazil on Friday. Very excited for this game. More excited than this one than the Chiefs-Ravens. I don't know. Feel interested to see. Packers and Texans are the two that I'm most interested in to see this year. But, yeah, just see what the Packers do. A new revitalized defense. I mean, the team should be better. I feel like the one thing that I know they have a good group of receivers. I feel like you just need a number one, but, I mean, if it works, it works. They lost Aaron Jones. We got Josh Jacobs. And I think this is going to be a good year for the Packers. It's going to be tough with the Lions in the division, but we saw it. Next, we got the Eagles, who collapsed last year, the 2020 Steelers. I don't know. I can't gauge what they're going to be. I think they'll definitely be better. I don't know. I think they'll be better than last year, maybe around the same. I don't know. Just not that collapse again like that. But They brought in Saquon Barkley. They got some secondary help in the draft, and I mean, they lost Jason Kelsey retirement, which is the biggest loss. I should have said that first, but this is could still be a good team, and I think this will be a good game here. Home weight doesn't matter. I'm picking the Packers here. This will be a good game. 28-21. I think this would be a good one. All right, next we got the Panthers at the Saints. The Panthers, worst team in the league. It was so bad to watch. Oh my gosh, they were painful to watch. Bryce Young had no help other than Adam Thielen. I mean, this is going to be another year in his development. They brought David Canales in to see what he got, but I just feel like they did some things. I think they got some O-line, and they got Jonathan Brooks in the draft. They got Leggett. They brought in Deontay Johnson. He was solid, but honestly, I feel like it's better, but how much better and how much David Canales is going to help Bryce Young, I don't know. But I guess we'll see. And I don't know if that you could have make him never like that. Being in that situation, he might not ever develop. You never know. I mean, it could be like Lawrence where he's fine and he's like still at least has a bounce back year, but you never know. Like, remember Lawrence was pretty bad his first year. I mean, I think Lawrence the thing is he had that Packers game though. He had that game against the Packers that looked pretty good. So you never know. But next, the Saints here. It's football hell. Like, these teams are the hardest to talk about because like and the good teams because it's like you really can't improve too much. Like, this is their peak. Derek Carr is mediocre. The roster is barely the same. They're just restructuring for the future. They're screwed. They're doing this just to win 8 to 9 games. And it's not like they have no out plan. So, yeah. I think this is going to be a solid matchup here. I'm taking the Saints here. 21-13. All right, next we got the Vikings and Giants. You still have Jay Jetta, Sam Addison, so they should be good on the receiving board. But Sam Darnold's the QB. The Vikings next to Giants. Daniel Jones last year. They'll probably just doing this just because so much dead cap. If they don't, they didn't get one of the top 3 guys. This is a lost year to me. It's like Daniel Jones isn't the guy. It's pretty obvious. He's not that good. It's just this is gonna be this is gonna be an ugly, ugly game, and I'm gonna make it that 10-6. The Giants win. They have a pretty solid defense though, so I think that'll keep them in it. 10-6. Oh, that's gonna be a bad game. Next, we got the Commanders and the Buccaneers. There's some optimism in Washington for once. No Dan Schneider and Jaden Daniels number 2 overall. So let's see that dude. Offensive line and defense were one of the worst in football. I mean, it's just with Dan Quinn, the defense should be at least mediocre, and they got some. Did they get anyone on the O-line? Maybe, I don't remember, but should be a better team. The Buccaneers, kind of the same thing. I mean, there's just a solid roster, nothing like special, but I feel like they add on to more. They re-signed Baker, which was big. He had a good year with them. I feel like you never know. This team could win the division if the Falcons don't do fruition. I don't think the Saints or the Panthers are. Wait, did I say Mike Evans re-signed too? Yeah, most underrated receiver, one of the most. Definitely a Hall of Famer, but. Alright, Buccaneers, Commanders will be a good one. I'll make it 27-20, not 21. Alright, next game, we got the Rams at the Lions on Sunday Night Football. Heck yeah, this is going to be a fun one. The wild card rematch here. The Rams, they lost Aaron Donald. I'm wondering how that defense is going to be, but other than that, the offense should be better. They had Blake Corn be a running back too. They have Kyren Williams, Puka Nacua, and Cooper Kupp still, and Stafford still slinging the rock, so they should be good. This is going to be a fun offense, honestly. The Rams' offense is going to be fun. There's no doubt about that. The defense is a little worrisome just being Donald, but you don't know, like, how much, like, that's a big hole right there. To have a guy like that for, like, a decade, was a little over a decade, to be that good, that dominant, and then him just to be gone like that, you just never know. I mean, it'll be worse, but wondering how it's going to be. And next, the Lions had a great year. Made it to the NFC Championship. They did kind of collapse in the second half, of the game, but they still made it there. It's a good season for them. It's around the same team still. They got some secondary help. Terran Arnold in the draft. I mean, the team should be around the same where they were. I mean, some place should get better. We're going to see if Jameson Williams could break out. Amon-Ra St. Brown hopefully won't play injured for most of the year like he did last year. I just remember hearing that. I don't remember what it was, but he was playing injured. Yeah. Jahmyr Gibbs should be better this year. David Montgomery, a good 1-2 punch there. And I think this will be a good game here. And I still, Detroit's going to take it here. 30, I think it's going to be a high scoring, 31-28. And yeah, guys, those are my NFL Week 1 predictions, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. Till next one, everyone. Till Week 2 NFL predictions. Peace out, guys. Bye.